Yo, what's up guys, it's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new episode of my MotoGP rider career here for Moto2. And if you didn't miss the first episode, then I do urge you to go check it out if you haven't done so already in the link in the description down below and also in the card in the top right hand corner of your screen. But a little bit of a spoiler alert, obviously we debuted on the Moto2 class with the KTM and it didn't go particularly well for us, so we really struggled in the first two races, especially at Argentina, and it's not been a good start for us, so we need to try and really turn the form around here at COTA. And this was a scene where I believe I won my first ever race last year in Moto3, so if there's going to be a race I'm going to do well, it's probably this one. So let's try and have a good result as we jump straight into qualifying, and in this episode we're going to feature Austin and also Jerez as round 4, so we're going to be another double header here today, and we're going to jump straight in with COTA and see how things shape up for qualifying. Right then, qualifying at Austin. It's a very good track, one that I know very well from obviously F1, and also like I said before, I did really well here last year, so it should promise to be a good one, and hopefully I can try and get myself high up the grid. Obviously we've got pole position in COTA, which has been a high point so far in Moto2, so we need to try and top that by getting another pole position, hopefully converting that pole into a possible win tomorrow. But first of all, we've got to focus on qualifying, so let's jump straight into it and see how far up the order we can get in this qualifying session. Okay, it's been a pretty decent lap, half a second off the pace in the third sector. I already got a bank lap in, I was 1.5 seconds off the pace. I didn't bother showing you that lap, guys, but we're on our second lap now. So far things are looking much better. To come across the line, 9 tenths off the pace, that's going to promote us to P8, so slowly improving here, but the feeling with the bike isn't as great as it was in Moto3, so I've got to try and find some time in other places because I'm definitely struggling here more than I was last year. So let's try and get ahead down here and find a bit more lap time. Okay, I'm off for another improvement. I'm only 3 tenths off now in sector 3. That's where I lose most of my time because I was 3 tenths up in the second sector, so I seem to lose like half second in that third sector. But we come across the line, and that's actually a faster final sector than my third, so the third sector is the issue right now. Only a quarter of a second off getting first place. Alright, so we had a bit of traffic that lap. This is going to be now the one that counts, so let's try and make this one work for pole position here. We've got one last try at this, so let's go for it. Okay, I've had an incredible third sector, and I've currently had a really good lap here. I've only got one more sector to negotiate. The first and the second have been average, still the fastest but not my best, and we've only got one more corner to negotiate. I've got the final corner all wrong though. I've got it in too hard on the brakes, and I think that might have just cost me pole position, and we'll have to wait and see. And yes, it's cost me completely P5. That's disappointing. The one lap where I eventually nail the third sector and I actually bottle the final. So there you go. The third and fourth sector were the ones I was struggling with the most. First and second I could always go fastest, so that's something to take into account for the race. But P5 here at COTA, and let's see how things shape up in the race.
The Grand Prix of the Americas, mere seconds remaining now, and the riders know that here the way they tackle that first corner is going to prove crucial.
Right then, it's COTA, round 3 of the season, 4 red lights, and it's going to be lights out and away we go. Let's try and get a good start here. We had a pretty good start so far in Moto2 on this bike, so let's try and get yet another good start as we go into turn 1 for the first time this race. Finding the inside line, I'm going to take the apex into turn 1 and take the lead of the race. So look at that, beautiful stuff, really good start. And unlike Moto3, sheer contrast in Moto2 as I seem to be getting good starts all the time here. So it goes to show the difference in bike, obviously aiding me in some areas but obviously hurting me in others, because I seem to be a bit more scruffy in my riding on this bike compared to Moto3. However, my starts are much better, so overall a really good start to this race. Now we've got to try and get on the pace. This time last season around this circuit I managed to get into first place and basically dictate the race, set some really good lap times and just pull away at the front. So let's see if I can do the same thing again here today. That'd be absolutely fantastic if I could, because I really haven't had that much good pace all weekend. So let's see, let's try and set into rhythm here and see how things shape up as we go into the hairpin for the first time. We're going to try and pick up the apex, bring the nose down onto the back straight, squirt the power on, and there we go. We've got first place for now. Let's try and get a gap out to these guys behind us and see if they can really race us today. Okay, so a little bit of a sit rep now. As we go into the start of lap 4, I've started to get the gap out to these guys, and the pace has been pretty damn good. 1.3 to my teammate Oliveira behind me, and so far I'm actually starting to do what I did last year, and that's really get the gap out to the guys behind. A fast up of the race from me there, and I'm really making this bike work to good effect, which is finally something I've been missing all season. And this is a track where I'm starting to get the grips with this bike and get to know it a little bit better. So that is really good signs for the rest of the season, at least for now anyway, because I really need to get on top of the bike after the first 2 really poor races. So right now things are going pretty damn good for me. Just controlling the race, controlling the tyres, controlling the bike, and we've only got one more lap to go after this. So let's just try and keep it going for one more lap here, but we're still putting a gap out as Morbidelli now is the man in second place, overtaking my teammate Oliveira here. But so far, things are looking pretty damn good on this KTM machine. It looks like I'm on course for my first win of the season, so let's try and bring it home. On to the last lap of the race, I've got just over a second lead over Oliveira and Morbidelli, so things are looking pretty good. Just got to try and nurse the bike home. They've caught up a little bit in that last lap, but nothing to worry about. I think I've got it all under control on the bike, so like I said, just got to try and bring it home here and not make any stupid mistakes, and we should be good to go for our first race win of the season, which is something that I didn't think would be coming this early, especially after how much we struggled in them first two races. So this is a much welcome boost and something that I really needed as we go into the next race in Jerez. Okay, through the final couple of corners, let's try and nurse the bike, make sure we don't do any stupid mistakes. Over the curbs, just taking it easy. One more corner to go here, and it looks like we are on course to take our first win of the season in our debut season in Moto2. Here we go then, our final corner. It's going to be across the line for our first win of the season, and a nice little wheelie there to cap it off, my first ever wheelie on this game. So there you go, just about pulling it off there across the line, but a big 25 points in the first lap of the race, just to confirm that I was the man that had the pace around here today, and we've converted our poor qualifying into a very good and much needed race result. But overall, that was COTA, and we're now going to move into Jerez. Right, Jerez, one of the best tracks in the calendar, one of my favourites, and also, you can say it's sort of my home track near to where I live in real life. But we're going to jump into it now to qualify and see if we can try and get a good result, and who knows, maybe get another pole position for the books. But let's try and do better than COTA. That's going to be the main objective here, to try and improve on P5 that we had in the last race. Okay, first up in the books, slightly put off by the traffic behind me. I had a little scrap with him and I lost a lot of time, but I'm going to try and go for a better second attempt here and try and improve on our lap time second time around here. Okay, lap 2 should be a slight improvement, and there we go. Only 1.1 off the pace now, but I lose a lot of time in sector 3 again, which is the sector I'm struggling with, and I've got turn 1 completely wrong there, so I'm going to have to cancel out this lap and not count it in, so I'm going to lose another lap here, which is not ideal for me. Right, out the final corner, across the line. Have I improved? Yes, I have. Within a second, but I'm only P9. Struggling. The sector 3 is the one where I'm losing all my time, so I need to find something through there right now. And this is going to be pretty much my last lap of the session, so I need to make this one count. Right, now the final corner, the flag is out. I'm not on a great lap, but let's see if I improve anything in the final sector. And yes, I do actually. I pulled something back in that final sector, so the lap got better as I went along. That was actually my best third sector, but my first and second was so poor that it didn't register. But my third sector was actually my best. Like, I lost the least amount of time out of all my laps, but still, only P9, disappointing qualifying session, and 8/10 off the pace, so not ideal. But we're going to try again in the race and see if we can try and crack into the top 5 and try and have a good race. So without further ado, let's jump straight into Sunday for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Riders have all lined up on the starting grid. We are mere seconds away from the start of what promises to be a sensational Grand Prix.
Right then, here we go. It's Jerez. It's round 4 of the season. Let's try and get a good start off the line. It's going to be lights out and away we go. Pretty damn good start off the line there actually. Going to pull to the inside. I want to try and get that inside line into turn 1. Up the inside of a few of these guys. Onto the curb a little bit of wheel bang going on there, but we're getting the knees out, getting the elbows out, and we've made the move. We've got Oliveira, my teammate, right ahead of us here, so let's try and pull the bike down for the apex. We've got a few bikes going up our inside, filtering through now, through this left-hander as we approach the first sector split, now into this swooping left-hander, very good corner. If you miss the apex that I have, though, you're going to suffer quite severely, losing 2 places there to Bagnaia and Baldassari. Here we go now, filtering through into this next swooping right-hander that kicks out onto the back straight. We're running to the second sector now, squaring the power really early. I've probably gone a bit too early there, getting out of the track onto the grass. That's not going to help my straight line speed, down to P8 now. As we go into the heavy brake zone off the hairpin for the first time this race, let's try and pull it down for the apex if possible. There we go, on the power, squared it on nicely and try and hold on to the position now as we filter through this next sort of section, which I really enjoy. This left-hander is brilliant over the crest, a bit of elevation change there. Now dropping it a gear for this next left-hander, getting the apex missed ever so slightly there. Gonna have to short shift it into third, spin the rears up a little bit to get the bike down, and now we're gonna pull it through into this next double right-hander, which is the 2 corners that I hate the most on this circuit because they're so awkward and such low speed, and that's gonna allow the Tech 3 bike, I think that was, to try and get my inside, but he doesn't quite make the move stick, and I'm gonna hold on to P8 for now as we go through these brilliant right-handers here with some good speed. Let's try and go over the kink here with some good overall speed as we now propel ourselves into the hairpin. Lazy day on the brakes. I've gone in a bit too daringly hot there. That's going to affect me quite badly. I'm going to get the power on quite nicely though. That's going to allow me to get side by side with Jerez on the Tech 3 along the pit straight. And look at the straight line speed on this KTM bike. Absolutely incredible here as we go up into turn 1. Going to find the braking point, and I've gone too hot again. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm driving like an absolute toolbox at the minute. So I really need to get my act together here and sort out what I'm doing. As Schrotter makes the move there, I'm going to go back up his inside. But he's going to go back up my inside. And Marini now making the move on the up around the outside. Has he made a stick? Yes, he has. I'm going to look for the inside on him though. Not quite. Right, here we go then. Through this next left-hander. Let's try and get a good run through here. Create some overall good speed. Let's see if I can make a move on Marini possibly. Oh, that's a bit of a wheel tap. Going to go up the inside of him there. Going to keep it tight on the apex. A little bit of grass action going on. Back end trying to step out at me. Oh, that's so tight. But that's what she said. Right, let's try and slow it down. I'm really not riding well here. I'm really scruffy at the moment. As I'm going to get on the curb, lose a few more places to Simone Corsi. And also Marini again. Getting the power on. Let's try and fight these guys. So I'm dropping through the field like a stone at the moment. Marini there holding the inside line. I'm going to look for the move possibly through this next right-hander here. Getting a good run through. Short shift to fourth. I'm forced to the outside, I think. No. Can I get an inside line? Possibly. I don't think I can. I'm going to have to wait up for a little bit. Going to squat the power on. But Marini's got me there. So I'm going to have to sit back for now. As we start lap 3 down in P14. So disappointing race so far. Into turn 1 on the brakes. Can I get it on the inside of Marini possibly? Yes, we do. This time we make it work nicely. Getting our braking all sorted out. Up into P13 now. Alright, getting past Danny Kent there quite nicely up the inside. Just went through on silent ninja sweat mode here. And my pace isn't great, I've got to say. I'm really struggling, especially this third sector. I'm just so clumsy. I can't just get a good line. And I lose a lot of time. So not one of the best tracks or best races. I actually feel like less satisfied with this than I do with Argentina. Because at least in Argentina, I actually led the race for a bit. I was up the front until I eventually had a few issues. But let's see what I can do. We've still got a couple laps to go left in this race as I get the final corner all wrong yet again. But we've got a few laps left in this race. Let's see what I can try and do. See if we can salvage anything. Because right now there's still good points up for offer. As we've got Nakagami on the inside there. I want to go nice and late on the brakes. Take the inside line. My sort of line. And there we go. Up the inside of Nakagami quite beautifully. Up into P11. Now let's try and go after Quartararo. And get past the Italian riders. I get turned to a little bit hot. Going to get the power on though, not allow Nakagami back up my inside because I'll be losing time. So good job there, getting the move done effectively and not wasting any time behind traffic. So we're starting to recover nicely, and let's see if we try and pick up the pack ahead of Quartararo. That'd be some good points, maybe get into the top 10. Never mind though, because I've got that all wrong, getting on the curb. So that's pretty much going to be the race over for me, I think, for the points anyway. Wow, this has been a disaster race so far. It's just going well, and then I made a stupid mistake like that. Sums up my Moto2 career so far. The fact that I won at COTA last time is still baffling, but there we go, up the inside of Schrotter. Nice easy move. Let's see if we can try and get a point. Okay, right behind Dominic Agata. I'm going to try and go for the move, I think, on the inside into turn 2. Last lap of the race, you've got to make every move count now, so there we go, we get one done. P15 is points, so let's try and keep on doing our thing here because there's definitely points up for grabs here if we get this last lap nailed, so let's try and crack on. Okay, let's try and get past Xavier Simeon here. I tend to have a good run through this corner, and then I'm pretty good on the brakes into this next one. So let's just get up the inside of, I believe, the Belgian rider and make a nice move there for P16. We've only got one more place to make before points. I believe it's Cortese, Sandro Cortese. Let's try and pick him off, and never mind because Simeon's coming back up my inside, I think. So, yep, I think points are pretty much off the table for this race. So, yeah, disappointing one at Jerez, and not a race to be proud of in the slightest, as I'm stuck on the back of Simeon here. Can I go on the outside? Yes, I do. There we go. P16. I think that's going to where. I think that's where it's going to finish. So let's just nurse this final corner, and never mind, I'm going down. So, yep, that pretty much sums up this race. Absolute disaster. So P23, and wow, that was disappointing. Right, so there we have it then. These are the final race results, and it's going to be a disappointing one for us outside of the points, way down the order in P23 with our teammate Miguel Oliveira picking up the race win. So that's going to be pretty disappointing for me and also for the team, and they're going to look at my result and think to themselves, have we signed the right guy? But either way, we're now going to jump into the rider standings. You can see that we've dropped down to P7 only 36 points. Obviously a race win last time in COTA, but Oliveira is the man up front, and I've got my work cut out because the fastest man on the Moto2 grid happens to be my teammate. So we've got a lot of work to do, and it's not like last season in the Mahindra how I was the outright fastest on that bike. No, this time I've got a serious competition, and I've got my work cut out with Oliveira really being the man on form right now. But finally looking at constructors, KTM are leading the way, so that's one of the good things for us, and I'm leading the constructors along with the rest of my teammates. But overall, that was this episode here for episode 2 of Moto2, or episode 14 in total for round 2, or should I say the second part of the season here in season 2 of Moto2. But hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you did, then a thumbs up would be greatly appreciated. Also, if you can sub to my channel and check out any of the videos on screen right now, then do as you go, check them out if you haven't done so already. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.